You've played with Sachin Tendulkar forever. You've watched Virat Kohli forever. Is Virat Kohli going to get better than Sachin Tendulkar? Settle this debate for my audience. Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar, take a stand.
No, it's not right to compare because these are two cricketers of two different generations. I've seen Sachin very, very close. You know, an unbelievable cricketer, unbelievable player. Some of the runs he's got, some of the match-winning knocks he's played is fantastic. And you see Virat Kohli now. 100 at Eden Gardens a couple of days ago on that pitch, on that wicket, and you could see it in his expression when he finished. He's a lot more expressive than Sachin is. He's a lot more proactive than Sachin is as captain. Sachin was different. Maybe the generation was different. You know, Dravid, Sachin, in my generation, and when you look at the likes of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli and Shikhar Dhawan in this generation, is different. It's completely different. So it's hard to compare. 100 is still a long way. But in 10 years, Virat Kohli, 8 or 9 years. 9 years, 50 international hundreds is phenomenal.
Now, tell me that. Another 7 years, given the number of ODIs we are playing, do you expect, even if it's five a year, he's getting 7, 8, do you think Virat Kohli can get 100 international hundreds?
100 is still a long way. I think he will get very close to Sachin's one-day hundreds, which is 50.
And he's already 32.
He's already 32, so he will get very close to that. He's got to stay fit. You know, I remember when I was playing from 96 to 2003, I had 23 one-day hundreds in 7 years. I see that with Virat Kohli as well. You know, he's got 30 in about 9 years. But it gets tougher with age. It got tougher for Sachin. It got tougher for me. It'll get tougher with Virat Kohli. You know, it doesn't change. He plays a whole lot of cricket. He plays T20 cricket. He plays one-day cricket. He plays Test cricket. I saw it on TV the other day. You know, he was talking about scheduling of series, which is so correct. You know, you got to give teams to prepare when they go to South Africa. And I personally feel that he will get there. He'll get to the 50 one-day hundreds because of the amount of one-day cricket he plays. The challenge will be in Test matches. The challenge will be in Test matches to get that far to Sachin. But, you know, if I am an Indian and I'm watching it from outside, it's a terrific feeling that you've seen Sachin and you see this young boy. It's fantastic.
Donna, when I speak to
I
Sachin
have the
and
answer,
Anjali,
you know, for this, time will say.
Time will say. Okay. I mean, I predict Virat will break Sachin's one-day record for sure. At least in hundreds. I've said that on India Today television. But when I speak to Sachin and Anjali, and they both tell me that when Sourav was captain, the one person who made a difference to the entire team was you. You would go up to everybody, every cricketer in the team and ask how you are, how's family, and that was a culture that you brought into the team which did not exist earlier. Upbringing, family tradition, coming from Kolkata, what is it?
I didn't do it purposely, I guess. I didn't have anything to do, so I went up and, you know, I used to basically chat with everybody. So it was not a purpose act or an act where I wanted to gel everybody. It was just something that, you know, you meet somebody and you
know,
start talking.
with Sachin, I remember in 1996, I was young, I wasn't married then, and we were on a trip to New Zealand, and cricketing tours were different. You know, in 96, and I've seen that change a lot. And when you go to New Zealand and Australia, you get jet lags. And Sara was very, very small. Very, very small. And suddenly in the middle of the night, it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, we weren't getting sleep. And I woke up to a young girl's voice. And I quickly came down. And in New Zealand, we used to live on the motels those days. It's not the big 5-star hotels. I saw Sachin and Anjali on the road with young Sara because she wasn't sleeping. And Sachin had to go and bat the next day. So I went up to him and said, listen, I'm out. I've got out overnight. Do you need me to help? He said, no, don't worry, I'll manage. And they were up the whole morning, and I saw Sachin the next day get 100 in that game. So I've seen them go through that. Young Sara, and now when I see her, she's about 22, 23, studying in England, a big girl she is, and you remember those days. You remember those days with cricketers. You know, times have changed. You know, I went to Australia last time and saw Virat Kohli with his girlfriend. It was never the same in our days. So times have changed, and very rightly, and that's how it should be.